Alright, this video was titled, It Was All a Lie by Jamari.
Week I told you guys about some very serious allegations being levied against rapper Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
These claims revolving around the ongoing situation with his longtime friend P. Diddy. The claim was that back in the year 2000, Jay-Z and Diddy took turns violating a 13-year-old girl at a VMA's after party.
I already knew that.
She was dropped off at Radio City Music Hall by a friend.
Uh-huh.
She says that she tried to get into the VMAs but ultimately failed, and that she then approached Diddy's limo driver who would take her to an after party thrown by Diddy himself, where she claims that she was given a mixed drink that would make her lose control of her body.
Yep.
This is when she was allegedly taken advantage of. And even when I read the initial court filing, I did have some questions about how valid it really was.
Okay.
Like, I get that it was a different time, but to me, no one in their right mind would leave a kid in New York City unsupervised for hours on end.
Yeah.
I also found it curious that she claims that she was under the influence of a substance that made her lose control of her body, but she somehow still had the wherewithal to get a grown man off of her by punching him in the face, and that she was able to run out of the room, out of the mansion.
You're right. You drank something that kind of took you out of it, but apparently you remember a whole bunch from that night, and then you also had enough strength and
retrace her way on foot back to a gas station, while presumably still under the influence.
yeah, you wouldn't remember it. If it was that strong. I'm not gonna lie, if you had one drink and it was that strong that it made you do that, bro, that you like, you know, I gotta go lay down, whatever, right? And yeah, she was like 13, but it's like, if it was like that, you wouldn't remember, like, you.
And allegedly says, "You're ready to party," sounded like something out of a fan fiction more than anything else. And now this woman has actually come forward with an anonymous interview via NBC, and there is a serious lack of consistency with her story, to say.
Oh, she lying.
Before I roll the clip, I do want to try and remain as sensitive as I can be, because NBC does start this by saying this woman does actually have a mental disorder, as I believe they have vetted her background, and this woman has been diagnosed with autism.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News.
Just 25 years ago.
So yes, 25 years later, this mother from Alabama is coming forward to speak her alleged piece.
She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
And like I've told you guys in previous videos, ever since Diddy's house was raided and he was actually detained by the authorities, you've had all these different people coming forward making allegations of criminal activity against him. I believe the total was somewhere around 120 at this point. And while I do believe a lot of those claims will be valid and they will see their day in court, I do think what will also come with that is some bad actors acting in bad faith, really just kind of looking for a payday or a settlement. And I do think that as her story kind of falls apart here in this news segment, you guys will see too that that's most likely what this was.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
And listen, y'all, I know she's probably trying to say something really deep there about, you know, her experience with having autism. But to me, just off the bat, my initial impression of her is that this lady doesn't really speak like she's exactly within her right mind.
The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive.
I mean, come on, guys, this 5-hour drive, and then you're gonna leave a 13-year-old.
See, because I don't like being that person either. It's like, come on, bro. What are we? What are we talking about, bro? Like, what are we really talking about?
By themselves. Like, did it take the dad 5 hours to come drive and pick her up?
Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs's limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
And here's where her story...
This ain't happened, bro. I ain't gonna front. Look. I'm gonna be so honest. This story ain't happened. Everything else, you know, whatever else he got going up against him, bro, it happened. Cool, whatever, right? And he's still cooked. There's none of that's changed, obviously. But this story, this one specifically, this part right here is cap. I think she's just trying to add on to whatever is going on, and she's just making up something. And even if she did, she probably was at the concert, but she probably didn't, like, you know, nothing happened. She's just saying it to, like,
story really starts to
come on, bro. What are we really
several
talking
of the
about?
alleged witnesses in this situation all have alibis for that night, and many of them were not even in the same state.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was something that...
No, let me not do that. Let's keep going.
And so those guys
I
were
was ready.
both members of the band Good Charlotte, and they did actually release a statement saying that they were nowhere near New York on the night of September 7, 2000. And as you can see here by an archive of their tour, they were at the Vic Theater that night in Chicago, Illinois. As you guys can see, this website also confirms that information and notes that they were touring with Eve 6 and OPM.
Exactly.
And listen, I'm not the best at geography, guys, but Illinois,
me either.
It's a pretty far away from New York just to go to a Diddy party.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in.
Cap, bro. This is all cap. It is all cap, bro. It's all cap. She was chatting. Why are we even? Because I don't like when people lie about stuff like this, bro. It's just like...
in my mind.
And to me at that point, it's like, okay, the case is closed. Her own father is saying he has...
remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind.
Your father don't even remember.
And they weren't even in the same state. The friend that dropped her off that conveniently already passed away.
What are we really talking about, bro?
Willing to drive them 5 hours away and drop them off somewhere. Especially when...
She should have said something more like 17, 18 if she was going to cap. But she know the age wouldn't match up with the age she is now. So it's just like...
about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress.
Oh, brother.
Man. And I know Tony Busby has been a really successful lawyer working some of the biggest cases.
He lying. She did not have no... Come on. This right irked me, bro. Because what are we talking about? Now they just chatting. Don't just try to sit there and add stuff to the story. Just give us everything that actually happened. You just try to sit here and add something to the story that didn't, like... Bro, come on, bro.
He filed a false complaint against me in pursuit of money and fame. This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. This was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer doesn't realize it yet, but soon. And that's apparently a statement directly from Jay-Z himself. And in a statement from his lawyer, they say, it is stunning that a lawyer would not only file such a serious complaint without properly vetting, but would make things worse by further peddling this false story in the press. We're asking the court to dismiss this frivolous case today.
Yeah, bro, get this out of here. We don't even need to hear nothing more about it, bro. Yeah, she chatting. Her own father don't even remember what happened in the situation.
Millions of likes, millions of retweets. But now that this news piece has come out and it doesn't fit that whole narrative, very few people are talking about it. This is being spread on a very small scale. Ew. And
yeah, bro. Yeah, we know why. We know why. Cause they just want to get people out of there. I'm not saying like Jay-Z's like a perfect person.
Enjoy that video. Make sure to check out another video like that. You know, just click it right here. You don't got to sub or nothing, bro. I'm making it easy. Just click the video. It's on your screen already. Might as well. Go ahead, click it.